I'm recording this session. Yeah. So yesterday we have discussed about the couple of interview questions. In the today discussion, already Ajam is shared couple of interview questions once again in the WhatsApp. Those things we can discuss. Additionally, as per my personal experience, personal note. So whoever is attended the interviews, so they used to discuss with me whenever they are going to attend the interviews, or already whenever they attended the interviews. Okay. So that one we can discuss in the today total overall meeting. So first thing is we will start with from networking concepts. So networking concepts, main thing is OSI layers they will ask. So either you can explain this particular OSI layers from top to bottom approach or bottom to top approach. But when you're explaining this particular process, you have to say to the interviewer, either you are explaining from top to bottom or bottom to top. That's what you have to give the clue as well. Otherwise, he will not understand. So whether you're saying from top to bottom or bottom to top. Example, maybe if the interviewer will ask, explain about voice layers. So what is the answer I will give? So voice layers are 7. I will explain from top to bottom, or else I will explain from bottom to top. So that is the way how you have to answer. So in voice layers, we can make more than 1,000 interview questions. So each and every layer, what is the layer number, layer name, and what is the description or feature of the respective layer, and also what are the protocols are there in the each and every layer, even attacks also. Each and every layer attacks also, they will ask in the interview point of view. And the most popular interview question as per my experience, as my personal note, as I said, so what are the voice layers are there? Explain in brief. Or maybe encryption will come under which layer? This is one of the popular interview question. So encryption will come under which layer?
Presentation layer.
Yes, presentation layer. That is one of the popular interview question. And also they will ask like, what is the TCP three-way handshake? And also which layer it will come? That is one of the popular interview question. So which layer it will come TCP three-way handshake?
Transport layer.
Transport layer. Yes. In transport layer, once again, they can expect. So how the TCP three-way handshake will work? In between client and server, or peer-to-peer, or client and application, or client and database, or client to client. How the TCP three-way handshake will work? Take one of the example related to any application or server, then you can explain. So always it's better to go and explain practical scenario instead of theoretical by hatting something. So maybe if they will ask me what is a TCP three-way handshake, I will say, so example, if I will open the hdfcnetbanking.com, in that scenario, I'm a client, backend is HDFC Bank server. So first initiate, I will initiate the connection as a synchronization request, and HDFC Net Banking server will respond back as a synchronization plus acknowledgement. And once whatever request or response I received from the server, I will acknowledge. So total, this is happening in 3 steps. That's why this is called TCP three-way handshake. So practically you have to explain to the interviewer. So you will feel happy instead of by hatting sync plus acknowledgement and acknowledgement. Is it clear or not?
Clear, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So next one is the TCP and UDP differences they will expect more. So what is TCP and what is UDP? And also what are the differences between these two? It's one of the popular interview question. TCP is a transmission control protocol and UDP is a user datagram protocol. Both these protocols will fall under transport layer. Okay. So second difference is it's a connection oriented TCP. UDP is a connectionless oriented protocol. So TCP will use acknowledgement, but UDP will not use acknowledgement or feedback. TCP is a slower, but UDP is a faster. So example of TCP, it will use a segments. UDP will use the datagrams. Okay. So finally, example of the TCP is any connection it is establishing to the websites or server or database and so on. UDP side is a Netflix or online videos or online streaming and so on, or Skype video calls as well. So that is the difference between TCP and UDP. And one more popular inquiry question in the OSA layers, ARP. What is ARP, guys?
Address resolution protocol.
So what it will do?
It will convert the
Convert
layer
layer
to
3 address to layer 2 MAC.
Yes, it is one of the popular inquiry question, that one also. So ARP, what is ARP protocol? Explain about ARP. So otherwise they will call it ARP. ARP means ARP. In the similar way, reverse ARP, RARP. So this is one of the popular inquiry question. And one more very popular question normally we can expect from OSA layers is, when you're browsing a google.com, what is the backend process? This is, I said several times in the class. This one, yes, this one we can answer in 3 ways. So in case if the interview will ask, I will explain this scenario in 3 ways. One is voice layer approach. Second one is a DNS resolution. Third one is SSL TLS mutual authentication mechanism. But most popular one, interval will expect from 5% of the cases voice layer approach only. All those 7 layers we have to apply from application to till physical layer. Okay. So it is also one of the popular interview question, especially HSBC, Salesforce, and also Microsoft, even Deloitte. These companies will expect these type of questions. So this is a practical scenario based question, right? Most of the people is not aware of this one. That's why. So next one is router will come under which layer, switch will come under which layer. So that is also one of the popular. So what is the answer, guys?
router
layer coming from.
Yes, router is a layer 3 device. It's fall under network layer, and switch will fall under data link layer. That is nothing but layer number 2. Okay. So these are all about voice layers. One more question, very popular. Most of the interviews, if you are going for 10 interviews, maybe 7 to 6 interviews, we can expect this question. What is the difference between encryption and hashing? It's a very popular interview question. What the answer, guys?
Encryption is a two-way function. Hashing is one-way function. Encryption gives the confidentiality, and hashing gives the integrity.
Yes. So you have to explain about the even. Yeah, that's perfect answer. Encryption is a two-way function mathematically. Reversing is not possible. Sorry, reverse is possible. Opposite to encryption is a decryption. But on the other hand, so hashing is a completely one-way function. Reverse is not possible. Reversing of the hashing is not possible. So it's a only one-way function. Okay. And also you can provide the definition as well. So encryption, the process of converting plain text data into encrypted data using some of the algorithm as well as using some of the key or password, that is called encryption. And the digital representation of the file or digital representation of the characters or numbers of the file is called as a hashing. So that is the way how you have to answer. It's one of the very popular interview question. Okay, so these are all the questions we can expect from the so OSA layer approach, most of the cases. So if I'm moving from OSA layers to the second one is IP address classification. Most of the cases they will expect private IP address range. So 10 dot series, 192.168 series, and also 172.16 series. All these three are belongs to private IP address range. Other than these three, everything is a public IP address range. It is also one of the popular. Additionally, along with this one, they will ask, what are the classes of IP address? Combination of both public as well as a private. class A, class B, class C, class D, and class E, along with that particular range as well. Okay, this is about overall classification of the IP address. Next one is a ports and protocols, especially open ports and closed ports. They will ask if you are going for network engineer vacancy. Okay, so like a network routing and switching or CCNA, CCNP related vacancies, they'll expect about what is the difference between open ports and closed ports, which ports are better. So that is one of the popular interview question. But we are dedicated to security, right? So most of the cases they'll expect port numbers. Each and every port number we have to remember. So most of the cases they'll expect SSL, HTTP, HTTPS, SSH, then RDP, SMTP, SNMP, NTP. NTP is also very popular. NTP. So these are all very popular interview questions. Okay. So you should know about the each and every protocol importance along with port number as well. It's not about only security people, these questions they will ask. Even you are a part of Windows supporting team, like a Windows admin, or even you are a part of Linux supporting team, they will ask these type of questions. Not only to security team. So if you are going for Windows system vacancy, if you are going for Linux system vacancy, they will ask all these port numbers. So that is very, very popular interview question in the entire networking. As compared to voice layers, ports and protocols are very important, even SMB as well. So server message block port number 445. So through this one, ransomware attack will occur. So that's why NTP, SMB, HTTP, SSL, SSH, FTP, SFTP, SMTP, SNMP. So these are all popular interview question. Okay. So that is about overall ports and protocol side. If you are moving to the next topic, then it will come like a DNS. So in DNS side, what is DNS? What are the DNS type of attacks will come? For DNS, what are the different types of attack will come? We know already DNS spoofing attack, or DNS amplification attack, or DNS poisoning attack. It's one of the popular attack on the DNS side. So DNS records, we will not expect that much. Why? Because it's a network admin guy normally will take care of the DNS records configuration. But if you are going for router, switch, load balancer, firewall vacancy, yes, we can expect even DNS records as well. Okay, so I think last year SBI, State Bank of India, is conducted one of the, they recruited more than 200 cyber security analysts. Only in DNS record itself, they asked for DNS records. One is A record, second one is state of authority record, SOA. Next one, CNAME record. Next one is NS record. So these are all the 4 different types of records they asked in the SBI written test. Okay. So that is about overall DNS. Next one is a DHCP. If DHCP topic will come in the interview point of view, a very popular interview question is a DORA process. Okay, so discovery, offer, request, acknowledgement. It's one of the very popular interview question about DORA process. If DHCP related interview questions. Then we are moving to the other servers. Then we can expect one of the very popular interview question. What is the difference between Active Directory and domain controller? Okay, so Active Directory is a directory of all the systems or servers or computers or desktops or MacBooks or workstations and so on. But on the other hand, domain controller is a service. On top of this one, it is running of the Active Directory. Additionally, it is a centralized authentication and authorization server. Okay, so once again, they will expect couple of event ID numbers if domain controller will come into picture. One is event ID number 4625, nothing but authentication failures. Event ID 4624, that one is belongs to failure authentication. Additionally, Windows logon types as well. We discussed, I think, a day before yesterday, those type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4, type 5, type 7, 6 is not existing, type 8, type 9, type 10, type 11, type 12. So these are all things you have to remember: interactive, remote desktop, and also clear text, batch, service, okay, remote cache. So these are all the different types of Windows logon types you have to remember. One more question we can expect from this type of interview question related to event ID. That is nothing but, if we want to see 24 from past 24 hours of the login failure attempts, what will you do? I'm repeating once again. If you want to see in SIM tool authentication failure attempts from past 24 hours, how can you identify this information? What is the answer, guys?
Event ID number.
Go into SIM tool and in that log activity, you have to search for event ID 4625.
Perfect. So we have to go to the log activity tab, and we have to go to the advanced H tab, and we have to give the event ID equal to 4625. Then automatically from past 24 hours of the time period, whoever has done authentication login failure attempts, automatically it will appear. That is the answer you have to provide. So this is not only Indian panel they asked in the interview, even I think USA as well as Middle East, even European people also they asked about this particular interview question. Okay, in the client round. So additionally, in the other servers, we can expect what is database server, what is application server. Okay, so that is about overall server side. If you are moving to other topic, network architecture diagram, we can expect so many questions from this particular topic. Always, you have to remember network architecture diagram in your mind. So even though you are sleeping midnight at 12 o'clock, I'm waking up and I'm asking what is network architecture diagram, we have to say the answer. So we have 3 different types of zones are there in the network architecture diagram, starting with internal or trust zone. Second one, DMZ or DMZ. So third one is untrust or public or internet. Yeah, so these are the 3 different types of zones. In these 3 zones also, very popular interview question is, what is DMZ or DMZ? What is the answer? DMZ or DMZ? What is DMZ?
Demilitarized zone.
Demilitarized zone.
Yes.
It words come from military.
Yes. So that is not sufficient when you're explaining in the interview point of view. DMZ full form is a demilitarized zone. Okay, this is also called as a DMZ or DMZ. Okay, so this word came from military. It will act as a boundary between untrusted trusted network or trusted zone. That is the answer you have to provide. It will act as intermediate or gateway or a broker between untrusted trusted zone. So most of the cases, non-critical applications, non-critical servers, web application firewalls, email gateways, we can deploy in the DMZ or DMZ zone. Is it clear? It's a very popular interview question. And also one more question, I think for State Bank of India written test, whatever they asked in the respective cyber security analyst vacancy. In this network architecture diagram itself, I think 3 or 4 questions came once again. One is DMZ. What is the full form of DMZ or DMZ? Second one is, as per Cisco terminology, what is a trusted score? As per Cisco terminology, what is untrusted score? As per Cisco terminology, what is DMZ score?
100,
100,
for
0.
trusted.
100, 0, and 50, 50. Okay. Why I'm saying State Bank of India? Because I have written this exam. I'm not, it's not a self-dubber because I want to explain about myself. Applied for DGM. It's I mean higher role. So that time even only for there is no actually logical reasoning. as well as aptitude and written, even English communication skills as well. Only they conducted completely technical skills. So overall India, so around I think 5,000 people they have written the exam. I'm all India's top second rank. So that's why I'm saying about all these interview questions. Otherwise, how I know whether what is State Bank of India asked about the questions about these particular vacancies? Okay, so that is about network architecture diagram. So once again, under DMZ, internal server side also, you have to remember, always, as I said, you have to keep remember where firewall can be deployed. It's very popular interview question. Where proxy server can be deployed, where NADS, NAPS can be deployed. What the answer you will provide?
In two ways we can give, sir, from external to internal or from internal to external.
Okay.
Okay, if we come from the external to internal, after ISP, okay, before the what do you call DMZ zone, we will be installing a firewall.
Before ISP router, you have to say, not DMZ. Before ISP router, yeah.
After the firewall, we will be installing proxy, and after that, we will be installing NIDS, NIPS. After
yes.
that,
yeah. So this answer, what our Gopur said, perfectly excellent answer. This answer we can say from internal to external. That is nothing but traffic is going from inbound to outbound. In this similar way, this answer also we can explain from outbound to inbound. Both the answers we can provide. So if it is inbound to outbound, firewall can be deployed after proxy. So if the traffic is coming from external to internal, we can deploy behind ISP router. Because we are not sure what is interviewer is expecting, whether is expecting from internal to external or external to internal. And also each and every device design, architecture diagram, what are the detection methods we have to remember. So example, endpoint security. So server plus client agent method approach we will deploy. So antivirus agent we have to deploy on the every end user machine. And also we have to configure the policies on the antivirus or EDR server side. Whenever any abnormal related to malware category of the attacks, this agent will communicate to the antivirus or EDR server based on the signature-based detection mechanism or behavioral pattern, as well as machine learning capability or heuristic approach or baseline method, alerts will be generated in the EDR or antivirus tool. Okay, so whenever alerts will be generated, as a EDR analyst, L1, L2, L3 team will take care of the instant investigation. That is the architecture diagram and also deployment as well as implementation. And coming back to the licensing option, based on how many number of endpoints are there in the organization level, including servers as well. Why? Because endpoint security even we can provide to servers also. So laptop, MacBook, workstation, desktop, all these servers, including all these endpoints. Example, consider maybe total number of endpoints are 10,000. In that scenario, we have to purchase antivirus or EDR license for 10,000 endpoints. Okay, even I provided EDR roles and responsibilities. So yesterday, one of the interview question, one of the student is attended interview. So why antivirus agent is sleeping? So whether EDR or antivirus team is not informing to cybersecurity SOC operations team, what the answer, guys? Last night, one of the student is attended interview. So he explained about ransomware attack. So he explained very well, that's fine. But after that particular incident investigation, she or he asked about why the server is got compromised. Don't use antivirus EDR tool in your organization level. So what the answer you will say?
the antivirus may not be in active mode.
So why antivirus agent is not in active mode?
Maybe system in sleep mode.
Is not shut down, sir. When the system
So
is
whether
not supposed
antivirus
to
EDR
communicate
team
with
is
people.
not informing to you, whether antivirus EDR team is not informing why it is inactive state to the cybersecurity SOC operations team.
Irregular patch updates were not there.
Yeah, so that is what, whether antivirus EDR team is not informing to cybersecurity SOC operations team why it is not in active state.
Maybe employee keep it in sleeping mode.
It is sleeping mode. That's why I'm asking why it is in sleeping mode. What EDR team is doing. So yes, someone said irregular patch updates. So we will educate the end user, but end user maybe will not shut down the system. They will keep in sleep mode. Even myself also, sorry to say this one, whenever I used to work from 9 to 6 p.m. IST. Okay. So couple of times my even meetings will be there. I will extend to 8 or 9. So once that particular time is over related to office, I will not shut down. Just I will sleep. I'll put in sleep mode. Even security person itself is acting as abnormal. What about normal people? So what is the answer for this one? Yes, I will agree with you because we have to convince the interviewer. I will agree with you on this one. EDR roles and responsibilities, yes, regularly they have to identify what are the agents are sleeping. But unfortunately, because of the regular patch updates, and also they are not rebooting the server for more than 1 year. That is the reason antivirus agent is sleeping. And also, whatever incident is got compromised that day, unfortunately, EDR team is not responded to SOC operations team stating that antivirus agent is sleeping. So that's why respective system is got compromised. It's not about technical, how you are managing with the respect to spontaneous answer. How you are thinking logically, even though you know the answer, but with the spontaneous, you have to give the answer. And always you have to convince the interviewer. Don't say, I don't know something. Yeah, couple of times you should be honest. I will agree with you. Completely you don't know the answer. Yes, you can say, I don't know. Even I will say, I don't know if I don't know something. It's not wrong. You're expecting something, but don't say blah, 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 and so on. Okay, at least if you know partially the answer, yes, you can give convincing. I will agree with you. That means, okay, I'm okay with you. I'm whatever you are saying, I will okay with you. I'm agreeing with you. Whatever you said, that's correct. It's not wrong. Okay, that is about antivirus EDR related. So what are the different types of EDR alerts we will see? So EDR alerts we will see related to all the malware category of the attacks, like a Trojan or worm or virus or ransomware, botnet, logic bomb, 0-day, adware, spyware, keylogger. Okay, so these are all the different types. What is mimikatz? What is mimikatz? What is mimikatz? MIMIKATZ.
It is
Really?
a type of malware
Okay.
which replicates itself in the Windows.
Yes, it is applicable to dedicated to Windows operating system. Attacker will install the mimikatz software into the end user machine. Then finally he will gain the credential stealing or credential scruffing or unauthorized access or stealing of the data. That is called mimikatz. Okay, so that is about EDR tool. One of the scenario I will ask now. One of the system is got compromised by Trojan website. In EDR tool, what will you do? One of the system is got compromised by Trojan website. In EDR tool, what will you do? What the answer? What the answer? Sir did not teach in the class.
So we will block the URL of that website.
So always, that's what I said, guys. You should know about each and every attack you are able to understand. Then you can give the answer. So in this scenario, what you have to say, Trojan website maybe end user is downloaded. So I think, so if the end user is downloaded the file, okay, so from Trojan website, I will identify the what is the end user system name, what is the IP address, what the computer name. I will take the IP address or device name or host name or computer name. Then I will go to EDR tool. Already clearly he mentioned EDR tool. It's not about SIM tool. I will take the IP address and I will go to the EDR tool. I'll click on devices tab. Then I'll paste the IP address or host name or computer name. Then I can go and I can see what is the OS version, what is the host name or computer name, where it is located, what is the recent activity related to file download, and what is the status of the file, whether it is a quarantine or allow or clean or alert or block. If it is allow, I can treat this one as a false positive. If it is a block, I can suspect this one as a false positive. If it is quarantined and alert, then I will go and I will do the sandboxing analysis, or I will take the file from the end user machine. Then I will go to the virus.com and I will see the what is the verdict of the file as per the signature based detection mechanism. Based on the analysis, whatever I have done, if it is infected file, then I will take the hash value. I will go to the EDR tool. I'll block the respective hash value in the EDR tool under administration or general settings. And also additionally, I will identify the file name from the EDR. I will go and I will download the file from the respective end user machine. And also I will rerun the antivirus scans. If it is server, then I will take the different approach. I will take the containment, eradication, mitigation, and lessons learned. This is the way how you have to explain. This is last night interview question. Okay. So that is about overall EDR. So EDR tools wise, what are the regular alerts we will see? We will see virus got detected, end user system is got compromised malware, one of the system is got compromised ransomware, one of the system is got compromised by so worm, and so on. That is about EDR alerts notification. So PowerShell executions malwares, do you know about this one? PowerShell execution malwares. Do you have any idea on this one?
No, sir.
Yeah, so you can say I don't know because I did not work on the recent. I worked on the activity related to PowerShell, but that is a false positive instant. When the user is running the scripts related to PowerShell, so our antivirus tool is blocked. But unfortunately, I did not work on the true positive scenarios. You are accepting your honesty. Okay. So PowerShell execution, it is their part of threat prevention mechanism, one of the policy configuration. So we can configure the different types of policies in the EDR tool. One is threat prevention, one is DLP, one is file integrity monitoring, one is HADS, HAPS, account lockout policy, update management, web control, and application control. Hope everybody remember Sophos EDR tool. So that is on the dedicated to endpoint security tools in the network architecture diagram. Coming back, in the network security side, we have network IDS, network IPS, firewall, and proxy. Each and every tool you should understand. Network IDS and network IPS. Network IDS design or implementation. Okay, span or mirror method. NIPS, inline method or promiscuous mode. Proxy, inline method. Firewall. What is the firewall deployment option?
There will be different methods, sir. There
What
will
are the
be
different methods?
layer 3 approach, layer 2 approach.
Okay.
Span
High
and mirror
availability.
method.
Okay.
Another method.
So in the firewall, yes, we can deploy in the different methods. So first method name is called layer 3 method or root method or NAT method. So most of the organization for internet facing or perimeter firewall, we can deploy as a layer 3 or root mode. Why? Because internet should be required as a router and also VPN if it is needed. So we have to always require layer 3 mode because router is a part of layer 3. Second mode is a switch mode. In case if you want to monitor internal traffic related to inbound as well as outbound, we will use a switch mode or layer 2 mode. So next one is high availability method or high availability mode. In case what are by default high availability interfaces are not using, two of the interfaces we will configure as high availability mode as well. So fourth method is virtual or transparent. This is not recommended one because firewall will act as a dummy device. Whatever traffic is coming, traffic will go outside. So last method is
Tap
span
method.
or mirror
mirror
method.
method.
So for testing of the firewalls, we will use this proof of concept purpose span or mirror method. One of the interface of the firewall, we will connect it to. So span or mirror interface of the switch or router, whatever it is configured by the network engineers. These are the 5 methods part of firewall deployment or options. Coming back on the licensing option, almost all these 3 different types of devices, proxy, firewall, even network IDs, network will support same type of things. One is LAN bandwidth, user number of end users, maximum number of sessions, maximum number of concurrent sessions. If it's dedicated to firewall, maximum number of VPN session, maximum number of sessions, maximum number of applications as well. So that is the about licensing option for network security tools like IDS or IPS of the network, proxy, and also firewall. As per network architecture diagram, even we have email gateway. So email gateway or email security solution will deploy in DMZ or DMZ zone. Whenever any email is coming from external to internal as an inbound traffic, in that scenario, so whatever email is coming from sender, the traffic will come to internet, from internet to ISP router to firewall, firewall to email gateway. It will go back to firewall, then will go to proxy, network IDS, network IPS, then core switch, access switch, SMTP server. Finally, it will reach to the recipient, whoever wants to receive the email. That is about email gateway. Do you have any experience on email gateway? What the answer? Do you have any experience on email gateway? What the answer?
Yes, we have.
Yes, I do have the experience on the email gateway. Whatever in job description they are mentioning, other than that, you can say anything. That's fine. Example, in the job description or job opportunity, they are mentioning the proof point. If they are asking in the interview point of view, so what is the email gateway experience you have? I have import experience. So normally email phishing alerts will receive through, so respect to email gateway. So we have severity like a critical or high or medium or low. Whenever any phishing email is coming as spear phishing or whaling, and also malicious URL link, and also malicious malware attachment. In that scenario, as a phishing email analyst, I will take care of the instant investigation. Then interview will ask back. So what are the main important features or parameters are there for every email? Last night interview question, guys, this one. Without email security solution, how can you do phishing email investigation? What the answer? Without email security solution or without email gateway, how can you do phishing email investigation?
With the help of open source tools, sir.
Yeah, with the help of open source tool like MX tool or IPwide or virustotal.com or hybridanalysis.com. Whatever email is received, I will go and I'll contact with respect to SMTP or Exchange or UCS or maybe Outlook team, and I'll identify how many people are received. I will do the domain address validation, IP address validation, header analyzer validation, and also if the email contains the malicious URL link, so URL validation. If the email contains the malware attachment, malware analysis as well. Last night interview question, this one. Okay. So that is about oral phishing email. I already told you. So couple of things you have to scenario based they will ask. If 100 emails are received, only 2 people are clicked on the malicious URL link. And only 2 people are reported you. 98 people are not reported to you. What will you do? What the answer? I'm repeating the question. I'm repeating the question once again. 100 emails came as a phishing email. Only one alert, like a spear phishing group of users. Out of 100 users, 2 people are clicked on. 98 people are did not click on. So 2 people are who are clicked on, they reported to you, but 98 people are did not reported you for cybersecurity SOC operation investigation. What will you do?
Antivirus.
Antivirus.
With
Sir, all 90.
with the help
all
of SMTP server, how many people they have not, what email they got, we can get the information.
Okay, that's perfect.
Later on,
So we will block it on proxy firewall.
we will
Direct will block it without doing any investigation.
we have to do the investigations.
We'll go to the proxy and see that any command and control server is running or not.
Okay, 98 people are not reported. But what will you do? For them, okay, 2 people are clicked on. For them, we can go and we can do whether any command and control outbound connections are going on and so on. What about 98 people actions?
Security awareness programs will be provided for them.
Sorry?
Security awareness program.
Security
Training.
awareness. Okay, by that time you are providing security awareness, whatever instant you will do, whatever instant is received.
Because they are not clicked
Policy
on what will
or corporate IT policy, that is regularly will give training to every security person. I mean, other team members like HR team or legal team or admin team or maybe DevOps team or TechOps team or machine learning team and data science team. It's a company policies. Even we'll test the phishing emails attachments as well by sending the wantedly phishing emails to the respective employees, and we can see who are all clicked on. But we are not expecting that one. Whoever is not reported 98 people, from them, what will you do? What are the actions you will take care?
We will
because they didn't click on
contact them.
So in that scenario, we have to delete the emails from the respective 98 users whoever is received. How we can delete those emails from the end user machine, from your laptop?
We cannot do it.
Email
Only
gateway.
SMTP server people will do that.
Yes, we can contact SMTP server team in case email gateway is not there and ask them to delete all those emails. In case if you are using Office 365 ATP or Mimecast or Proofpoint or Ironport, in that scenario, we have one of the option name is called email purging. Purging, purging. Email purging meaning here, from respect to email gateway, whoever received the email, we can delete from our side. There is no need to contact the end user. That is called email purging. Purging, purging. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So if we have the email gateway access to us, then whatever 98 people are not reported to us, then we can go to the email gateway, and we have one of the option name is called email purging. Email purging meaning here, deleting the phishing email from the 98 users at a time. Whoever is received that email we can delete. That is called email purging. I did not say this one in the phishing email investigation. Is it clear or not?
Yes, sir.
So whatever two people are clicked on, that's correct. Whatever you said, you are right. I will go and I will check the proxy logs. I will go to next generation firewall logs. And is there any outbound connections are going on outbound as a command and control server connections? What is the level of the data breach that has happened as per incident lifecycle management process? I'll take care of the root cause analysis document. Also in the eradication mitigation phase. So I will make sure that changing the credentials to the end user system related to Outlook or Gmail.
Sir, after confirming that it is a phishing email only, we have to delete, sir.
Yes, after confirming phishing email, you have to delete all this process. You are right. Okay, that is about email gateway. So coming to in the network, so whatever we are discussing, everything network architecture diagram only. So we discussed endpoint security, we discussed about network security, we discussed about email security. One more security is pending. So that is called application security. Nothing but WAF. What is SQL injection attack? What is cross-site scripting attack? These two are very, 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 very popular interview question. You know about what is the definition, what is the mitigation steps, and what are the log sources logs we can integrate it to SIM tool to identify the alert notification. Possible, even you can do the investigations, whatever we discussed related to voice top 10 DB for yesterday. Okay. So it's one of the very, very popular interview question. So on the network architecture diagram, one more thing is, so we have vulnerability assessment. What do you know about vulnerability assessment? What you will say the answer? What you know? So as per your CV, as per your resume, I can see that even you worked on the vulnerability assessment as well. What do you know about vulnerability management or assessment? What the answer you will give?
It is the assessment of, it gives the weakness of the system, sir.
Okay.
And if you scan the whatever the weaknesses that are there in the system, it will be given.
But you are saying generic way, but you are not saying your practical experience, what are you worked on?
With the help of this, we can scan for ports. Okay, whether the ports are.
Once again, it is generic way. Yeah, as per your CV mentioned already, you have vulnerability assessment experience, but you're not saying in the water experience you have in the resume. You are saying generic way.
Okay.
Understood or not?
Yes, sir.
So what is the answer you have to say? Yes, I will agree with you on this one. I worked on 1 year of experience into dedicated to vulnerability assessment for one of the client out of 4+ years experience, whatever I have. So in that particular 1 year of the time period, so I supported one of the North American healthcare project. For that particular North American healthcare project, we have more than 12,000 servers are there. So what I have done, based on the business vertical side, I divided all those 12,000 servers. That may be DevOps, machine learning, Windows team, Linux team, product development team, and application development team. After doing the classification of the assets owner and business verticals using CMDB and also contacting the asset owners, what I have done, so for scanning of these particular assets or vulnerability management, I'm using Nessus tool in my organization. So I went and created a scan policy. So we are following a monthly scan as a schedule or ad hoc scan. I created a scan policy. In that scan policy, I defined the respective team name, and also I provided the hardening benchmark related to compliances, authenticated username and password. After creating a scan policy, I created a scan rule. In this scan rule, I provided scanner information and also targeted IP address information. And also I clicked on the save button. We are scheduling the scans for every month, last day of the month. So automatically scans will be run and reports will be generated, as well as it will come as email notification. Once that particular alerts will come to me, I will download as a PDF format as well as CSV format. After that, whatever reports or vulnerabilities is generating in the respective Excel sheet as well as PDF format, I will do the manual vulnerability analysis. Whatever I supported that particular customer, we are not following the vendor severity, tool-based severity, whatever Nessus tool or Qualys tool is giving, we are following vendor severity. Every vulnerability report contains the CVSS score, CVE number, vulnerability name, vulnerability description, when the scan is started, when the scan is ended, what is the net bias information, and so on. So based on the attack vector, attack complexity, confidentiality, integrity, availability, information disclosure, and also based on the vendor severity, I used to identify what is the vendor severity as per CVSS score. After that, I will filter out based on severity like a critical or high or medium or low or informational. I will raise a separate ticket with the respective Windows team and Linux team. For critical, I will raise one ticket. For high vulnerabilities, I will raise a one ticket. For medium, I will raise one ticket. For low and informational, I will raise a one ticket. Listen to respective Windows team and Linux team. So once they will take the ticket and they will fix the patch updates in testing environment, they'll come back to me and they will ask whether all the vulnerabilities are fixed or not. As a vulnerability analyst, I will go and I will rerun the scans and will re-verify whether all the vulnerabilities are fixed or not. So based on my confirmation, so respective business verticals team, so they will raise a change request. They will implement the prod environment of the respective patch updates or patch remediation. In my organization, patch policy we are following as a critical vulnerability fixing 10 working days, high, medium, low, and informational we are fixing in the 30 working days. That is the patch policy in my organization we are following. This is what I know about vulnerability assessment based on my experience, whatever 1 year I worked on the healthcare project. That is what you have to explain. Is it clear?
It's a great, sir.
That is what you have to say. It's not like a generic statement. So I will do this one, I will do that one, and so on. Already you worked on. It's a past tense.
Okay.
You have to give practical experience, whatever you did on. Everything I given the notes as well. Same thing I explain in sentences wise. That's all. Okay. That is about overall vulnerability assessment. Just now, whatever explained, even this is applicable to vulnerability management vacancies as well. Okay. So that is about overall this one. Do you know any cloud experience? Do you have any cloud experience? What is the answer? Do you have any cloud experience?
No.
So yes, you can say, yes, I have the basic knowledge on cloud as well. So as per, I think, Gafur, he asked about, I will take one session, how to answer this particular type of questions. Yes, I do have experience on cloud. I worked on Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, as well as couple of cloud-based SaaS applications like EDR tools, ServiceNow, and also Okta, and other tools as well. So in the Amazon Web Services, Azure or SaaS-based application, I used to integrate all those logs to SIEM tool, and I used to create the correlation rule, and I used to monitor even cloud services as well. You're not saying that full-fledged you know about cloud security. So whatever cyber security, nothing but for SOC operations, even you will monitor cloud as well. So what just now I said, it's related to how to collect the logs and what we have to do in the SIEM tool. Okay, that is about cloud part. What do you know about Windows and Linux servers? Yesterday we discussed already this one. So as per my knowledge, what experience I have, so we have more than 5,000 servers are there. All those servers logs we integrated to SIEM tool using collector agent method. So I used to log into respect to Windows servers or Linux servers or middleware servers or Docker and container. I used to specify the source IP, destination IP, port number will vary from vendor to vendor. Example, it's IBM Curator 8443, Splunk 9997, Exabeam 9093, McAfee 8443. I used to specify this particular information, and I used to go and I used to I used to go to the SIM tool and I used to see whether all these server logs are reflecting in SIM tool or not. In the Windows Server log site, applications, audit, system configuration related logs, I used to verify. In the Linux site, /var/log/star/var/log httpd/var/log sshd, these type of different types of paths we used to put the respective log integration methods. In case these logs are not reflecting in the SIM tool, in that scenario, I used to go and I used to take the TCP dump or packet capture from the firewall. I used to analyze in the Wireshark tool. Additionally, even I know hardening benchmark related to Windows and Linux server, because when I was working on the vulnerability assessment, I used to specify the hardening benchmark compliances as well. This is what I know about the Windows servers and Linux server. That is what you have to say. Whatever we discussed, everything practically you have to explain. That's it. Are you able to understand whatever I'm saying to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear or not?
Cleared, sir. Yeah.
Okay. 100% if you don't know the answer, you can say, yes, I don't know. That is the honesty way. Yesterday, I attended one of the interview dedicated to my vacancy related to cloud security architect. I don't know one of the SSA in cloud of Amazon. It's a server side cryptography technology. Unfortunately, I don't know. I said, I don't know the answer. That's all. What's wrong? So nobody will expect. So if they will ask 10 questions, you have to give the 10 answers. It's a wrong myth or wrong opinion. If you are giving the 7 answers correctly, 100% they will shortlist for second round of the interview. Okay. So that is about network architecture diagram overall. So cybersecurity SOC operations, I'm not discussing here. So once we'll go to cybersecurity, there we can discuss how they will ask in the SIM tool point of view. So far we completed network architecture diagram questions. So coming back on the endpoint security side. So endpoint security side. So if you are L2 and L3, then only you can say I know about EDR tools. Otherwise, dedicated vacancy you are applying for Sentinel-1 or CrowdStrike or Silence or Sophos EDR tool. In that scenario, you can say yes. But couple of times what HR team normally or consultancy team they will do. So please update your resume. Example, you don't know CrowdStrike tool. You know only Sophos EDR tool. But they will HR will call and they will ask, please update CrowdStrike, and you can respond back to me updated resume. Will you do that one? Will you do that one?
No, sir, we should not do that. Whatever the skills which we have, and we should mention in that resume.
Yes, you can say that one. So I can handle the technical interview question. It's not about, because HR team does not aware of what is tools and so on. They are not aware of what are the backend process. They are not about what is the tools we are working on and backend process and so on. They'll ask them to, you can edit and you can send it back. So example, in this scenario, you edit CrowdStrike and you send it to the HR team, and HR team is forward to hiring manager. Hiring manager is reviewed your profile and shortlisted for interview. If you are going for the interview, then they will expect dedicated to CrowdStrike interview questions now. Then they will ask, in CrowdStrike, what are the policies you will configure? What are the different types of actions you will configure under the CrowdStrike? Will you give the answer in this scenario? Because you did not see practically CrowdStrike tool. Keep it as it is. So procedure, that's fine. You have seen already practically. So then you can explain to the HR team. So if really hiring manager, if they want to see your backend process knowledge or technical knowledge, even though you're working for Sophos, either 100% they will shortlist your resume. So once you are shortlisted your resume, there you are going for the interview. Do you have any experience on CrowdStrike? They will ask. Unfortunately, I did not work on the CrowdStrike, but I worked on SOFA CDR tool. All the tools are same process, same technical aspects, same backend process, same policies we will configure. So I do have experience on SOFA CDR tool. So only console wise it is different. If 1 or 2 days knowledge transfer or training if you are giving to me, even I'll work on CrowdStrike as well. But in that scenario, I'd explain about even CrowdStrike has a Falcon sensor agent, and this agent we have to install on the every end user machine, and we have to integrate to CrowdStrike antivirus ADR server, and we have to create the policies and so on. This is the way how it will work. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that is the way how you have to give the answers. It's not about, okay, how many tools you're working on, how much knowledge you have, that is the matter in the interview point of view. Even maybe you are selecting for cybersecurity analyst now, maybe we have more than 100 tools. You're working for more than 20 years of experience. Will you expert in all these 50 or 100 tools, whatever we have in the market?
No, sir, not possible.
Impossible. Even though if you are doing the retirement also, so we don't have the 100 tools experience. Everybody will expect only back-end process, how much you are aware of. My notes is more than sufficient to crack even EDR tools as well. Firewall also, vulnerability assessment, proxy, WAF, even basic knowledge on pen test. Finally, cybersecurity SOC operations for 24-bar SOC environment, along with the GRC also. Okay. So coming back on the EDR side, most of the cases, what are the regular alerts you will see in the EDR tools? It's dedicated to EDR vacancy you are applying. I will see regularly or normally in EDR, we will receive the alerts related to virus got compromised, malware is got compromised, one of the end users is accessing the Trojan website, one system is got compromised with command and communicating to command and control server, and so on. So these are the regular alerts I will see in the EDR tool. So couple of times you will receive even DLP vacancies as well. So DLP licensing also same as it is. DLP detection methods also same as it is. Only DLP policies are different. DLP policies will configure related to PI data. Related to remote devices, and also finally, I think social network websites. So these are the 4 or 5 parameters. Okay, only policies are different in DLP. Otherwise, deployment, implementation, as well as licensing option, even actions, everything is same as it is. Okay, that is about DLP vacancies, how to answer. Which tool DLP experience do you have? So for CDR tool, in the SOFA CDR tool also we have one of the one of the policies they're related to DLP. I'm not sure how many people are remember this particular tab.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is there, sir.
So we have seen that particular information related to Australia PI data, European PI data, then Brazil, Canada, America, all these. So that is dedicated to EDR site, alerts, deployment, actions, alerts what we will receive, and also as well as implementations as well. In the network security side, couple of additional questions they will ask if are going for dedicated to firewall vacancy. What is meant by stateful inspection firewall? What is stateful inspection firewall? What is stateful inspection firewall? I did not read my notes. Stateful inspection firewall is a combination of packet filtering as well as even circuit level gateway also. It can provide the state of the packet along with the TCP three-way handshake is completed between client and server or peer-to-peer or client and application. It will provide the state of the packet like whether it's synchronization state or synchronous plus acknowledgement state or acknowledgement state. That is called stateful inspection. What is deep packet inspection? What is deep packet inspection in the firewall? Hey guys, I'm asking you only. What is deep packet inspection? Deep packet inspection meaning here, water packet is entering into the inbound traffic as well as outbound traffic. In that scenario, firewall will validate packet. It will open the IP header as well as payload. In the IP header, what is the source IP and what is the destination IP, where the packet has to reach. And also it will validate, is there any malicious IP is there from sender to receiver. In the payload, so it's a piece of written code or body of the content of the message, what your sender is sending to the receiver. Even this payload also, firewall will scan. That is called deep packet inspection. In case any malware or malicious or abnormal or suspicious things are existing in the packet, it will drop or it will reset, it will block or it will alert in the firewall. That is called deep packet inspection. How can you configure the firewall policies? What the answer? What the approach will follow to configure the firewall policies? What the approach?
Top-down approach.
Top to bottom or top down approach. That's correct. By default firewall, when you're purchasing, what is by default rule? It will be there.
Implicitly deny.
Implicitly deny. Do you know how to create rule or policies in the firewall? Say the answer. Do you know how to create policies or rule in the firewall? Yes, I know the how to create a policies. So, example, first they will ask about instant investigation, and you are saying something will block IP address in the firewall. But when I'm asking this question now you are not able to answer. Then how can you trust? In the instant investigation, you said like you'll block the IP address in the firewall. But when I'm asking firewall policies, you are not saying any answer. Then how can you trust whether really worked on the firewall or not? So you know already source zone, destination zone, source IP, destination IP. Okay, next one is action, firewall, security profiles. Okay, application, port and protocol. This is the firewall policy configuration. I will log into the firewall. I will go to the policies and objects tab. Then I'll create a policy or rule in the firewall. Okay. Then additionally, they will ask, do you know how to integrate firewall logs to SIM tool? Or did you onboard any firewall logs to SIM tool? Yes, I know how to integrate firewall logs to SIM tool using syslog server method. Will integrate using push mechanism. I will log into the firewall. I'll specify I will go to syslog server option under the settings tab. Then we'll click on the syslog server option. Then we'll specify the SM tool name, SM tool IP address, host name, port number 514, protocol TCP or UDP, and finally log format BSD or XML or CSV and so on. In case logs are not reflecting in the SIM tool, so I will do the troubleshooting as well or debugging. So first, as option one, I will go and I will check so what are syslog configuration I have done correctly or not. If that firewall configuration, whatever I have done correctly is syslog configuration, Then I'll go to option 2. So nothing but I will do the packet capture from the firewall monitor tab. Then I'll go to Wireshark and I will analyze the TCP/IP layer approach. So transport layer, internet layer, network layer, and the network interface layer, whether packet is dropped or reset or maybe blocked or retransmission, and I'll go and I will analyze. Do you know how to configure VPN? That may be remote VPN or IPsec VPN and also site-to-site VPN. This is one of the popular interview question. If I are going for dedicated to firewall vacancy. Okay, what's the difference between, okay, so next generation firewall and normal firewall. What is the difference between Palo Alto and other networking firewalls? What is the firewall high deployment option or high availability? How can you do firewall upgrade? All these questions you can expect from the firewall level. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that means, so now you can analyze how much you know and how much you have to prepare. Based on today's conversation, how much you know and how much you have to prepare. Then you can analyze based on that particular thing. Then you can go on to now you can study. As I said, by heart will not work out always. Think logically with a practical way.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So sorry, that's all for today, guys. Tomorrow morning I will take the class, maybe 8 or 8:30, and what are pending topics are there and what are the questions they will ask. So far we are discussing based on the initial training to till today. I mean initial training to what is the firewall, till there we discussed. Then we can discuss other things as well. After completing this topic, then whatever existing interview questions in the couple of companies they asked, that one also we can discuss. Ajami shared, I think, around more than 10 to 15 additional questions. Those
True,
questions
sir.
also we can discuss.
Which is from Dubai location interview,
Yep.
sir, today. One of my source, I think first Abu Dhabi bank.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, so please do hard work. Hard work never failures. Okay, nothing is impossible except change. Okay.
Sir, when can you expect that, sir? Interview questions which I shared with you today. Tomorrow?
That may be tomorrow, most probably. Tomorrow,
All
either
right.
morning or evening.
All right, sir. Yeah, thank you. Fine, sir.
You're welcome. So that's all for today, guys. Do you have any questions for today class? It is very, very valuable session, guys. Okay. So do you have any questions?
Sir. No.
Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you so very much and good night. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.